calling out our plays, stuff like that. Like, they know what we're doing. So a lot of that, sometimes, stuff won't go our way if they beat us to the punch.
So you're hearing on the other side of the line of scrimmage the defense calling out your plays? That's what
they definitely do. Like runs, stuff like that. Watch out for this, watch out for that. Sometimes that's what's going on.
Calling out plays on a defense is nothing new. They're going to be right sometimes, they're going to be wrong sometimes. So I think we know that. But it's definitely an element of the game. It always has been and probably always will be.
All right, listen, so it sure looks like opposing defensive have a better read on the Ravens offense this season as opposed to last season. Baltimore has the second largest drop-off in offensive efficiency and yards per play when comparing last season to this one. Only the Cowboys have had a larger drop-off in both areas, and that's with them losing their starting quarterback, Dak Prescott. So, Dan, is there some truth behind what Lamar's talking about here?
All right, so when someone makes a claim like this, my first immediate thought is, well, show me the evidence. And you know why I love tape? Because tape is undeniable. We've all heard the saying, the eye in the sky doesn't lie, right? So everybody at home, I'm going to take you to court. You got jury duty today, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to present the evidence to you guys and allow you to make your own determination. Give me 2 or 3 minutes of focus right here, okay? Everyone pay attention to a couple things, right? First play of the game. You go the whole week and you craft your game plan of how you want to start this football game. I want you to pay attention to the situation. First play of the game. Pay attention to this formation, the movement of the offense, and then the play that gets called, okay? First play of the game. Now, I want you to focus on this. Cut split by this receiver down here. The fullback's extended out here, and we're going to get motion by that tight end. Okay, first play of the game. This is a base part of our offense. Motion by that tight end. Great. Pay attention to that. Focus to that. Now we're going to get the motion by the fullback. Again, pay attention to that. Now, what is going to be our play? Our play is going to be the slice by the tight end back across the line of scrimmage in our zone run game. This is a great way to start the game for the Ravens. This is one of their base plays. Let's get ourselves into a rhythm, good 3 or 4 yard gain. Now we go into halftime, right? I want to fast forward. We go into halftime. We have the conversations with the coaches. Hey, what can we do in the second half to keep the defense off balance, right? How are we going to change things up? Let's go to the first play of the second half. Very first play of the second half. Now, there's no way that you're going to come out with the same formation, are you? No, the Ravens did. Remember, I told you to focus on the formation. Cut split by that receiver. Fullback is extended out here. This is the first play of the second half. Now, we're not going to go with the same motion movement, are we? Okay, tight end comes across. We saw that. Now, the fullback's going to go in motion. All right, now, there's no way we're going to run the same play, right? We're going to do something different to the defense. No, we're wrong. The fullback slices back across the line of scrimmage. Dive, zone, run game, front side. You don't think the defense knows this? We ran the very same play to start the second half that we did in the first half. Will you tell me if that's predictable? Check. All right, so let's go to the first third down of the game. A couple things to pay attention to. The formation, the empty package for the Ravens. The second thing is this, situation, 3rd and 6, right? As you build your game plan, it's always situational. 3rd down and 4 to 6, you got your list of plays. And if you call one, you move off. You don't want to call the same 3rd down play all over again. So empty formation, situation, and then what's the route concept, Dan? Okay, well, we're trying to build that inside triangle. We got these whip routes on the inside and the basic route, trying to build the triangle against the defense. Now, we all know what happens. This is the first 3rd down of the game. The Steelers play zone defense, eyes on the quarterback, interception, pick 6. All right, so let's fast forward again because we go into halftime and make sure that we have a clarity of what we're going to do because remember, once we get into that situation, we should cross that play off. I don't want to run that play again to the defense. All right, so let's go to the very first 3rd down of the second half. I told you to pay attention to a couple things. Empty formation again. Well, that's odd. We're going to get into the same formation. 3rd and 5. Well, last time it was 3rd and 6. We should not be running the same play, right, Coach? We're going to do something different. This is the very first 3rd down of the second half. Well, Dan, it's going to be a different pass concept. No, Coach, it isn't. We got the whip routes on the inside, the basic route. I'm going to come out in the second half and run the very first same play on 3rd down, the first 3rd down I see that I ran on the first 3rd down of the game. You tell me, is that predictable? Check. Well, let's go to a play that worked well for our offense, okay? First half, the very first time that we get into 22 personnel, and that's what I want everyone to focus on. 22 personnel, that means 2 backs are in the backfield. You see a back here, this fullback is off in a weak set formation, and I got 2 tight ends, all right? Pay attention, 22 personnel. First time in this game that we get in 22 personnel. Now, what's going to be the play? We're going to get a short corner by this tight end. We're going to get the fullback in the flat, and we're going to go play action pass. This is great. First time in 22 personnel, coach, we go play action pass. Look at this is a great completion for our offense. I love it. All right, so now the next time we get into 22 personnel, coach, next time we get into 22 personnel, we're definitely going to do something different, right? The very next time we get into that grouping, we're going to show something different. You see the back in the pistol, the fullback is in his weak set formation, those two tight ends, right? No, I get it, coach. We're gonna show them the same formation out of the same group and try to run a different play. Well, what's going to be our play? Well, we're going to go short corner route. Perfect. We'll go short, but it's not going to be that same play action pass, is it? Where the fullback leaks into the flat, because the defense will never expect us to run the same exact play that we ran the last time we were in that 22 personnel. Here's the reality. Lamar Jackson made a claim, and I just presented to you guys overwhelming evidence that he told the truth. The Ravens' offense is predictable.
Fire. That's what I'm talking about. But listen, from that standpoint, Dan, and I almost feel like I shouldn't say anything after you just put that evidence together in that fire, but I'll try to add to that based on just the football people out there that's not as in-depth as you were in that tape. Be creative. Evolve in your passing game. Find other ways to attack teams. Don't lose your identity in that moment. Don't lose your identity as a football team. You're a physical, downhill running football team with an elite quarterback with his legs. You have to evolve this passing game, this offensive creativity, the weapons on the outside. If you want to win a Super Bowl in Baltimore, those things are going to have to happen outside of the fact that you can't be predictable, maybe because you feel confined about the personnel that you have.
Yeah, and to be perfectly clear, obviously we're noticing these things, but so are opponents that the Ravens are having to face. Adam, the Ravens had a player added to the COVID-19 reserve list today. What more can you tell us?
Ravens cornerback Amon Marshall tested positive, Laura. You'll remember last week, Marlon Humphrey, the Ravens cornerback, was placed on the reserve COVID list, as were 7 other players who were deemed close contact high risk. Now, all those players were activated in time for Sunday's game. Marlon Humphrey has been activated this week, but it looks like Amon Marshall is going to be out this week, maybe next week as well, as he tested positive. So that's a loss for the Baltimore Ravens going into Sunday's game against the New England Patriots.
And Ben Roethlisberger put on the COVID list Monday after close contact. What's his status for Sunday's game against the Bengals?
Well, everybody's waiting to see whether he can go 5 consecutive days without a positive test. Everybody wants him to be healthy first and foremost, but beyond that, from a football standpoint, he needs the 5 days of negative tests to be eligible to return, to be activated off the reserve COVID list, to be able to play on Sunday against Cincinnati. Everybody's playing the waiting game right now because he was in close contact to the Steelers' tight end Vance McDonald. But as of right now, we should have an answer this weekend.
And do you have a couple more COVID notes as well?